Hello YouTubians and fellow hobbyists, welcome to another episode of Car Dreams in Styrene. I'm your host Gary G, and these are the topics of today's show. The riddle, the tank, my tank experience, a new windshield. The word of this week that we're looking for has 4 letters. The second letter is I, and this thing has no end and no beginning. As always, the answer, the end of the show. Here in the garage, we started to sliding on some decals. Next thing, we're gonna make some mud for. Let the tank look like he was really like out in the wild. Here the recipe. White glue, colors after taste, and of course a little bit of dirt. Now we're applying that to our tank. That's why we don't have the wheel on so far, because it's easier to go mudding with the tank without wheels. Well, that kind of sounds like an oxymoron. Well, looks muddy enough to me. Next thing's gonna be dry brushing the tracks. Now painting all those wheels. And I mentioned it before. This tank has more wheels than a dog has fleas. It's unbelievable. I had no clue. It was fun though. After all those wheels were painted, ready to glue them on, one after the other. Mounting the tracks, and then we're done with our tank. So enjoy the finished build. topic of this week. Well, I want to talk about this week my experience with building that tank. Well, as you figured so far, the first tank that I built, and I just tried to do something different, be out of the box. And this is exactly what it did. It really forces me to think completely different. Well, usually if I start a build, be inspired by like a line. It could be anything, like a line of a bottle or a kitchen or whatever, and then inspires me. Oh, it looks like a fender, or it looks like, you know. And then with that idea, I go and look which kit that I have in my storage comes close enough to my idea to bring that in styrene. Or I go and just pick a random kit and look at it, like staring at it for minutes, hours. It might, just inspires me to change anything. Well, with that tank, there is no creativity in a way that I could leave the barrel away or something. You have to make it the way it is, otherwise it's not a tank anymore. So that was a new experience, to just make it like it was in a box. Not a good experience. It was just something different. And also when it comes to the build itself, usually if I build my cars, you paint everything first and then you kind of mount everything together. Well, here with the tank, you had to build everything together and then you paint the whole thing. So there's a lot of things going on that were different, and it was very refreshing, so to speak, to do something new and overthink stuff. Also with the weathering was a really cool experience. So overall, I suggest to everyone, now and then just do something out of the box. It just refreshes your mind. So this is my thoughts to that build. And now continue with tips and tricks. Hello, this week in Tips and Tricks we want to talk about what happens if you lose a windshield, or let me say you put too much glue in, it starts fogging, or it breaks. Now and then they come in with a broken glass already in. So what can you do? Well, this week we talk about that. First of all, you're gonna need a template from the old one that you have. But that's a simple task. Gonna need some tape. Just simply put it on. Then we're gonna take our hobby nut. So after we did that, we go and find ourselves some that could replace that windshield. That could be like from batteries, that plastic wrap, or you find it like with those lights. But if you have nothing like that, well, you also can go just and buy one of those fancy see-through foils that they use in the office. Maybe you take one that is a little bit thicker. They have thin ones and thicker ones. So, and all that you're gonna do now is you zip off your template. Now you cut out what you just have. Of course, remove our tape. And there you have it. And this is the tip of this week. Did you guess what it actually was? Okay, so it seems like another episode of Cut Dreams in Styrene is over. I hope you enjoyed a little bit the time with me and my production team. I hope also you could learn a little bit something. That would be cool. And if you have any wishes or suggestions, please let it below. And as always, love and friendship, something you can't buy. Respect all people. Keep that hobby alive. See you next Saturday. Keep on building, people. Try to not hurt anyone. Try to blah blah blah. I had no clue what I should say.